Hey guys, I'm Ed and today I'm going to be showing you how to restring a tennis racket and cut out string, stencil and make it look brand new. First thing you have to do is adjust the tension. So this is a machine I've got. It's a Pros Pro. As you can see, it's not the best machine, but it does the job. And to be honest, it's made me quite a lot of money. Maybe about £2,000, but it's probably one of the cheapest machines you can probably buy. So cool, first things first, what you have to do is obviously switch it to the power switch, and then we're going to adjust the tension. We're going to put it up. Normally the tension we want is anywhere between 50 to 60 pounds. This is what the pros normally play with. As a general rule of thumb, the lower the tension, the more power you can get, and the higher the tension, the more control. So I'm going to put it anywhere between around 60 to 62. And the first step I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to cut the strings out in order to put the new strings back in. So we're going to be restringing the Babolat racket, a nice Babolat Pure Drive, one of the older versions, an erotic racket actually, but yeah, let's get to it. Okay, cool, so that should be done. As you can see, yeah, all the strings have been cut out, so that's step 2 done. Now the next step is obviously to place the new string we're going to be using. In this case, we're going to be using Babolat Pro Hurricane Tour times VS Gut. And this is a good string, it's a decent string. Babolat in general make good strings. It's a hybrid, so it's a mix between the two. So this is the Pro Hurricane Tour, which is the polyester, which is what we're going to use for the mains, and this is the gut, which is what we're going to use for the crosses. First thing I've done is make sure the racket's set up. I have to make sure it's set up here and aligned in the middle with the grommet, and then we're going to close off the edges to make sure the racket is nice and tight. So make sure it doesn't slip. That looks okay. And then we're going to do the other side. And then the other side. So now that that's nice and firm, it won't slip, and we can start with the strings. So what I'm doing now is just making sure I measure the string to make sure it's the same on both sides. This racket is 16 times 19 in the amount of crosses and mains. So I need to make sure that the string is equal length when I pull it back. So if I pull it back, I need to make sure that it's equal length. First one, I like to put a little bit tighter in order to make sure the tension is good. I've had to start the racket here with the strings, and the clamps pull the string. We're just going to keep going all the way until we get Okay guys, so as you can see, my mains are now done. A way to tell if there's tension is to string that across like a guitar. So that's done. Now it's time for the crosses, okay? And I'm gonna start with that now. Here we go. Okay, we've had to knot it off there, you see? Small knots. Put in the tension here for the racket. Any questions you have, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. So, as you can see, nearly 3/4 of the way through. Gone up to here, just got the ends to do now before I finish and I stencil the racket, and it's good to go. Okay, so what I've done now is I've stenciled the racket, and as you can see, look at it. Looks nice, huh?